What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukshu. We are back with another Umamusume video. Hope y'all had a good weekend. This video, we are gonna go back and train Red Desire and see if we can train a pretty good one. Not asking much, just a pretty good one. At least, at the very least, for me, a UA 7 at the very least, because I do range around UA 9 to highest. It has, at least it was the highest. UA 8 sometimes, and UA 7 for the most part. It was between the three, obviously, because it's a lower one. But that's all I'm asking, at the very least. not asking for much, I think at the very least. But for the setup, we're gonna go with the betweener setup that I've been using this whole time, with Almond Eye and Still in Love for speed, Forever Young for wise, Casino Drive for the friend card, Tamamo power, and then borrowing the Measuro Ryan stamina card. And yeah, that's already done. Doing that, we're good. So we're gonna get the run started. And before we get started the run and go over the comments, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. But I would say, I'm gonna be honest, I could still do it today. I just, on Saturday when I said I was gonna do, what was I saying? Oh, I did do it though. I did play a little bit of Mongol. I did progress a little bit, so I didn't progress as much as I thought I would, but I think I did good enough progression where I was able to, well, I didn't do it before, but I basically went over all the like domains and all that for like resources and farmed a decent amount, because you could just auto clear over there with keys. So I just decided to do that, a good amount of the highest one I can farm, and the second highest one, because that one had access to the lower materials, the lower rarity materials, just in case I needed to, because I was still early. But since I didn't pretty much progress since when did I stop? How long has it been? I think it's been like 4 banners in total. Yeah, 4 limited banners in total. I'm just doing that off my way of remembering, I guess. But I didn't really progress from the story. So but my characters, since I did pull, and I don't know what the rates are, like I said, for that game, but it does seem like they're pretty good. I think at the very least, that's how it feels. I'm kind of getting that Enfield feel, where I've been having, I guess, better luck than expected, especially in Enfield, with how their gacha system is. It is what it is. I mean, it's not similar to what I'm used to. I just don't like the 5,000. That still baffles me, because such a huge amount when every other game, for the most part, or most other games, is pretty much the same at 1,600 or around there, 1,500. Some are like 25, 27 for, I think Eminence was 27. One of the higher ones, I think. Was Eminence? Another one I play is 1,500. So it varies, but 5,000, like, come on. That's still like double than with the higher ones that I play also. So, but yeah, I progressed a little bit. Got to also bring up some of the skills and all that of characters that I'm using. Fixed up some of the gear, and yeah, there's still a lot for me to do. I might do a little bit more today, or after I do some of the stuff that I may have missed. Like I still need to do the Woo Woo Weekly. I didn't do that yet. I'm almost done building my, I guess, Rebecca, because I already built Lucy. We're gonna jump into Woo Woo now. I just need to get a little bit more of the Ascension materials, and I did run out of some of the, excuse me, resources for like a lot of like the Forte stuff, like I think they're the monster drops, the mech cores, because I had to build, at least recently, in a row. It was what, Hiyuki to Dania to I guess Lucy, because I had gotten Lucy, then Lucilla, and then now Rebecca. So not only that, my shell credits, or the currency, the money in the game, that is pretty low. I'm low on specific resources and the in-game currency, so I'm like, it's been a while. Definitely been a while. So yeah, I still gotta do that in Wuwa. I don't think I'll be able to catch up on on Star Rail today unless I choose to. Same with Genshin. The reason being is yesterday I ended up going out, and after I went out, just went home and sleep because I didn't sleep yet by that time. And yeah, that was pretty much my Saturday. Pretty much went out, did some stuff, then hung out with one of my friends I haven't seen in a few months. It was dope. And then now, last day of the weekend, I could probably do. Oh, I did catch it with manga, like I said, but besides that, I haven't really done anything. I finished up my City Stamina and NC. That's pretty much it because I already did the Papa's Bankais, which I think updates this week. So gotta do that, I suppose, whenever it updates, or sometime this week or next. Um, Not pulling the next banner because it's Chaos, but it's funny because his name is Chaos, but his element type is, what was it called? Lakshana, something like that. The same type as Hathor. I'll be pulling for um what was her name again? What was her name again? Why did I forget that already? It was like how did I forget the name already? Shinku. I don't know. I was gonna say it wrong. It's a good thing I I didn't say it because I knew I was gonna say it wrong. Even though I've been saying it right, I assume. But I am pulling for Shinku because, like I said, I am in the guaranteed already because I'm at 70. And then I'm deciding to also pull for Iroi because one, she's the first limited healer, but also I'm assuming she's also gonna be a support because I feel like that's how based off Wua and I guess in a way Zenless in a way, but they don't really have healers in Zenless. They barely have even shielders. Um, at least that's what it feels like, because I don't feel like I've worried about or thought about the shields or healed in Zenless. But Um, I saw something about Iroi that was that she brings up crit damage, so that's why I was like, oh, okay, support healer. Makes sense. Even though in Wuwa we have been getting more support healers, but Mornier, Chisa, they heal, but they don't heal like Shorekeeper or Marina does, and we don't have any more healers after that. So I think I'm gonna do that for your Roy, and then I think 1.3 I'm skipping because it's I think it's a single banner for the whole patch, because 1.4 is where I'm gonna go for both characters again, as in if it's true Blackbird and I did not unlock the dates. Okay, that's interesting. Blackbird and Akane for 1.4. I feel like 1.4 has been like a patch that's been, because I believe Miyabi was 1.4, so I feel like 1.4 has been a patch where I always feel like I pull, or like a character that I most likely knew I was gonna pull for when I first saw them, aka Blackbird and Akane. Enfield, I mean it's Camille, but not pulling. Nova, I'm not pulling. But I did see the other character that was getting released in 1.4. It was the idol character. I don't know her name. uh, and then she has real legs, but she also has like, I guess I called them like basically Iron Man legs, if anything, because she flies with them, right? So isn't that basically like Iron Man if they just appear? Just the bottom half though, just legs. So it is what it is. I don't know if I'll be pulling for her. I don't know what type she's gonna be. Element. That's probably gonna be the only factor. And I guess what she does, because I don't necessarily have like a nature team. I guess of right. I have physical. I basically just have physical, electric, and fire. Yeah, because I didn't. I have ice if I use last right, and yeah, nothing about nature. I think the only nature character that I use is Ardelia. Also, I didn't try that new endgame thing, but I don't know if I'm, from what I heard, is it hard? Because from what I heard, it sounds like people are saying it's hard, but I haven't tried it yet. So I don't know. Anything else? Anything else? I guess it'll just pop up if I do end up talking about. Because Zenless, I didn't do anything, that's for sure. Besides Deadly Assault on Friday. Woo, I said I didn't do much. Also, Mongol was pretty much the one I did the most progress, I guess. Which I'm not complaining, because that was the game I did want to progress in now. Because it was the game I'm the most behind in. And seeing more of the cutscenes and all that, I do like them for that game's. It's clean, I would say. It is clean, in my opinion, because everyone's opinion is different. Obviously. But other than that, I don't think there's anything else it's worth talking about because nothing else happened. I got my Anime Expo passes over the weekend, or yesterday, I should say, because it's still the weekend for me. Other than that, Nothing else? Nothing else, right? Oh yeah, and it's Father's Day, so most likely gonna go um either have early dinner, or I guess that's the same thing, early dinner, late lunch with my parents. So gonna see them later. And then pretty much after that, that's it. Nothing else. And I guess happy happy Father's Day to any dads watching this. I don't know. just in case. Never know. It could be a fur baby, I guess, like a dog or a pet. Any kind of pet. Or an actual kid, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna start going over the comments now. There's not much, but it looks like they're more condensed. That's what it looks like. Let me see. Let me refresh because I did have this up for a bit. Ooh, there's a comment from Nuz. Haven't seen you in a while, my friend. Nice to see you back. There's a few from Tanoki. There's two from Nova, but one of them is extremely long. Oh, I did see a glimpse of this, and I didn't. I saw a glimpse of this because I had it up already. The comments, and yeah, that's a lot to go over. So I'm gonna skip your little reaction and read it for myself. But I kind of got a glimpse of what you said. I might mention a thing or so when I quickly skim through it, just in case. But I'll go over the main part of the bottom. Asta got a few. Okay, I don't even know where to start. I guess I'll start with Nuz. Haven't seen him in the comment section in a while, and it's just one comment, so better off doing that first because haven't seen him in a while. But first things first, hope you have been doing well. I'm pretty sure you've just been busy with school and all that, so hopefully that's been going well for you. Hopefully. So let's see. Let me see the comment now. And it says, wow, first time in so long I'm watching a vid. I would assume so since you haven't commented in a while. But like I said, nice to see you back. Been so busy studying this year since it's my final year in uni. Dang. Already? Did you start commenting when you just started universe? I was gonna say weird. Uni. It feels like it, or maybe you're already in it, like probably like at least like a year, maybe two in. But it definitely feels like a while, doesn't it? I guess you would remember more than I would, if I'm gonna be honest. But exams are hella hard. Hopefully, I make it. Hey, you put in the work, it'll show. You know, you put in the hard work, it'll show. And it does seem like you do put in the work, cause, well, like you said, you've been busy studying, and respect, and the reason why you've been haven't been commenting or watching the vids, which understandable. How has the channel been? I see you've been uploading global and JP content for Uma. I could never play global Uma knowing my JP account is just 10 times more stuff. This is what I say in global to the people who had who doesn't know that I play JP for some reason, even though like majority of the videos I post is JP content for Pretty Derby, but just in case, you know, you never know. That, and for those who were like questioning why I'm not doing certain things, or why if they think I'm not taking it seriously in globals. What I say is because I have a JP account and I pretty much just want to chill in global. My standards in global is way lower, pretty much, and that's pretty much it. I do keep up as much as I can. It's not that I totally neglect it. It's just majority of the time I am obviously in JP. Whether it's because of me just posting videos, but I do do runs as much as I can because I have been busier. Not only because of having a lot of gacha games as per usual, but IRL things obviously. But yeah. Other than that, channel's been I guess at its best since can't be worse than how it was before. Well, it could be, but I would say it's been pretty much going up, but then a little bit down, up again. Pretty much just the slow process, but not complaining, still having fun. To me, that's all that really matters. We are getting close to 1,000. That's pretty much have been the goal this whole time since I started. They never really set an end date to it, but that has been pretty much the goal. And then obviously after that, we'll go another, I don't know, probably just another longer one maybe, because obviously along the way it'll still be a like achievement or whatever, but not really trying to. If it goes up real good, it goes up real good. I'll be very thankful, and that's all that really matters. Just having fun with it. But maybe in the future I will post more of the future gacha games I'll be playing. Probably will jump in NT, even though I have started it, but probably jump into it and start posting for it just because I do enjoy it. So it'll be nice. I do genuinely enjoy it. Other than that, yeah, maybe Silver Palace, because I do remember it's a little bit, at least the animations and graphics and all that is different from what I'm used to. So I feel like that'll be a nice other one, since I also technically skipped out on NT, but I am thinking about it. But Enfield, which honestly I probably could have done Enfield because with how the progression feels, I guess it just feels slow, so I would most likely be caught up regardless. But that one I feel like is too late. I feel like NT is fine, just like 2 behind. I'll just explain myself, I guess, in the first video or something. So we'll see. I'll probably start with the Shinku pulls, because that'll probably most likely be the time when the next story starts. It'll be weird because I'm going to be missing the first 2 or first couple, but it is what it is at that point. Other than that, I'm obviously thinking about Ananta and I guess all the other close ones like I mentioned. I forgot what the other one was called. Moondawn or something like that. Something like that. Unless that I combined 2 games. And then Nova mentioned something about Star Sailor. That's like Starville. Might give it a shot. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't mind playing global. Like I said, I'm just having fun with it. That's pretty much it. But it's nice to see you in the comments. Maybe see you again soon. Maybe. But good luck with your exams. You should totally focus on that. Don't worry about commenting if you don't you don't need to. So don't feel obligated to. Don't feel obligated to if you're, especially when you're busy. But yeah, good luck with your exams. Obviously it's your final year, so this is obviously the most important ones. So yeah, good luck on that, and hopefully see you soon after your exams maybe. But thank you for the comment, Nuds. Appreciate it as always. Next comment, who should we do? We'll go with Asta's because his are a little bit more shorter than the others. We'll just go with Tanoki's last because I already know what's gonna be about. I already know I'm gonna need to make things specifically clear, just to clear things up a little bit more, because I may or may not have been specific. So, just to clear up any misunderstandings, because obviously, just the heat of the moment. I'll be clear. I'll be honest with that. No clear beef. No clear beef. Otherwise, I would be talking. I would be talking a lot more crap, or a lot more not nice things, if anything. If anything, it wouldn't even make it in a video. You would notice a pretty significant cut, if anything. So as long as there's none of that, it's all good. It's just the heat of the moment. At least I hope that's the understanding between me and Tanoki. Because it does happen quite often, at least the most with Tanoki compared to Nova. Barely Eugen, but it has happened like once or twice with Eugen. It has happened once or twice. Just to keep it real. So starting off with Asta's comments now, or the first one at least, because we did after Nuzz's. Wuwa is not the only Kuro game I play. I've been playing Punishing Gray Raven for about 2.5 years now. I thought about playing it. I never played it. So it is what it is. But in my opinion, this game still has the best character combat gameplay out of all the gacha games. In my opinion, this game, I'm assuming you're talking about PGR. At least just how the comment is set up, it feels like you're talking about PGR. So that's going to be my understanding. Unless you're talking about Wuwa, then... But in my opinion, this game still has the best character combat gameplay out of all the gacha games. Hit, speed, combos, and good ults. Actually, I might feel like you're talking about Wuwa, because I feel that way too. But I guess definitely with the combat system with Wuwa, because to me it's a little bit more, what's the right word? I guess in comparison to the others, more intricate. There's more. It feels like there's more detail put into it, at least. Not to say that Zenless doesn't have like their own like quirks in their combat system and all that. It's not. I'm not saying it's not interesting. I just feel like Wuwa, to me at the moment, at least for myself, feels the hardest, because I've said that with the tacit holograms, with at least in the higher difficulties, I've struggled. I would get one-two'd, then unalive very easily. That or yeah, I just pretty much don't pass it. I'll be honest. So I want to think that you're talking about. I still want to think you're talking about Wuwa, but my assumption still feels PGR in a way. But I think you're talking about Wuwa now. But still masterful now. Oh, let's do this one. Now in the game Alpha New Frame, she is still popular in the game. Alpha New Frame, never. And her story, I literally cried. PGR also has almost as good stories as in Wuwa. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised with how Wuwa has been. So if it's obviously if it's Kuro, then I would believe that they're good at the story department. I would believe that for their other game. So next comment says, speaking of Enfield, oh, I did talk about Enfield, so let's, and I did kind of get caught a glimpse of what you said. Already showing characters at 1.4, and I thought, I don't want to. Okay, I understand idols in different games, but wait, hold up. But here, this girl is an idol and has robotic legs to fly. Yeah, she does. No, it's not for me. Is she an idol of a new era in the year 2150 or what? In her defense, I believe in the original Arknights game there was an idol character there too. And in in defense of going to like 2150 or whatever, Girls Frontline is like a military apocalyptic game, if you're not familiar with it. And there's like a couple idol characters in the game, and they're not even human. They're essentially called dolls. So, and for the most part, I'm when a game releases an idol character, it's kind of not surprising at this point. It may not be your taste or whatever, but it's kind of just the norm. There's at least gonna be one. At least one character that's like an idol type of character. Obviously in Genshin we had the early on Barbara. We had obviously Robin, Star Rail, Angels of Delusions, and or even Astra. And we're just going off the music characters, I guess. But in Zenless, there was Chacona. Chacona and Wuwa. Imyth also, technically, because, you know, she was the idol of the school, basically. So, I mean, it's not really, really a surprising thing to see. Maybe the robotic legs threw you off, but at the same time, it's Enfield. It kind of does look like they have that kind of technology anyway, so I guess it just depends how you think about it, personally. Like you said, it's not for you, but at least for me, I don't know if I'm gonna pull her, like I said, because I'm unsure if what her. I actually didn't look too much into her. I just knew the character itself, but I don't know what type and what she does or whatever. That's pretty much it. But Nova says you can't go wrong with idols. Not gonna lie, just look at Zenless. Man, those idols sold very well. They did. they did. Can't deny that. Asta says in response, yes, but I just didn't expect it from Enfield, that's all. Like I said, for Enfield, it's still Arknights, so like I'm pretty sure in the first Arknights game there was an idol character, I believe. I don't know if there's more than one, but I'm pretty sure there was at least one. Normally there would be. I mean, even in like Azure Lane, obviously they had, I think, even idol theme costumes and all that. I guess I'm not really bothered by it also because I did play rhythm games based off idols. I did watch idol based anime. So it's not really a thing that bothers me a lot or feels off when I see it. So yeah, like I said, it's probably just personal taste. No issue with that though. You like what you like and you hate what you hate, or don't like what you don't like, for a more less harsh word, I guess, or less harsh way of saying it. And then the last comment from Asta says, I would like Sissia as a pet snake, although I am afraid of snakes in real life, but I would love such a female snake and give her treats. I would say I don't know how I feel, because I haven't been face to face with a snake besides maybe the glass or acrylic wall from like the zoos or whatever when I see them, or I've been to the zoos a long time ago. Other than that, if I can go off in a interaction with a random lizard, I'll probably say I'm probably not good with snakes either. Let's just go with that. So I'm probably on the same boat about snakes in real life. But if we're talking about just Sissy as a pet, why not? Why not? I just found it funny how they they got her under as a pet and then Billy basically a vacuum, which is hilarious. It's hilarious, but That's why they're there, right? They're the comic relief. they're, they're the comic relief because of how, you know, things have been going on with Belle recently. So I like how they're there. Nova responded and says, but she's a very needy snake that cares for you. That's Snackfu material there. Right there. Yeah? You could say it that way, I guess. But other than that, thank you, Asta, for all the comments and Nova for replying. Next comments we'll go over is from Nova. Like I said, I'm just gonna skim through the initial reaction because and just probably talk about the other stuff or like things I can respond quick. So let's see. Yeah, the British retro vibes is nice. I guess the whole European feel. The new uniform is nice. I do like it. I would switch back to the summer one, but I kind of want to just embrace the new vibe of the new area by keeping on the new. But it doesn't help because I swap over to Velina because. So I guess it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Yes, the coffee animation is back. Of course, the video store is here. I miss my dailies. But the video store was also literally in front of the Swabian temple in Phylum Heights. It was never gone. Plus, you could have always just went back to the video store. What have you been? Huh? That's a confusing comment or reaction. I don't know what to call it. Well, what happened when Belle was younger was basically something. She lost control or something. Kind of like the time where in the last story when she touched Remio's weapon. And then she kind of turned and all that. I don't know if it was the same. From the way it sounded, it was similar. But it sounded like the guy friend, what was his name, Serpico? He died because he was like the only one who could stop her at the time. I don't know. That was my understanding, something like that. I think he was also the brother of the other girl, Truvia. At least that was my understanding, or I felt like it was. That's how I remember it, at least. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I guess something similar happened, but obviously the last time in the last chapter was to a more bigger extreme. Holy Uma sounds, yes, you mentioned that. Norma is an inventor. I guess I'm pretty much replying to all of it, but as quick as possible. But as quick as possible. Bang boom memory wipe. Yep, another plastic memory feel. I don't know. I haven't tried the new endgame. If that is the new endgame, I'm assuming it is. Tops. They have been collaborating for like with everyone. Belle's treatment. Yes, it did. So, basically, she's been involved with Roscalifer since they were little, without even knowing it. Oro is kind of hot and PC hot again. I don't know if she's as hot as Sweetie though. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Hoyo is smart for making 3 Sunbringer body types. This will cater to all kinds of audience. That's true. Sunbringer's true form is actually wow. Structure you see in Wu was black shorts. Not gonna lie, it did kind of look like it. That was Pyrois's way of messing with her, trying to make her lose control, and so she can break through the cracks, like she was saying. I'm assuming it's a she, just based off the voice. So I'm gonna go with she. Big plot reveal. At least I know why 1.4 story ended the way it did. Until phase 4 of the treatment. Pyroise is actually pretty cool. Not sure how meta this thing will be, but I'll use my resources to level her up. Okay, I did say her. Also, I'm already working on her, but I need to farm the weekly boss, and I think I need a little bit more because I just need the last one. If you think about it, Ross Califer is similar to Lahairoi in the tech department. You could say that. Oh no, dude alert, Carnius is a skip. Yeah, I didn't even like him, to be honest. I would have rather pulled for Brent. Heck, I would rather pull for Luke than who was his name again? Carnius. Remiel in white is fine, but I do prefer the black dress version. What if we get both? What if we get both? Remiel's appearance in battle makes her seem like Imeth. The resemblance is a bit uncanny. I mean, the whole pink hair, wings vibes gives me Cyrene vibes in Star Rail. I mean, just the whole pink hair. It's been done a lot. Imeth has pink hair. So, yeah. A lot of pink going on. Void Worm and Zenless too. That pretty much was a Void Worm, wasn't it? Valina. So the Angel and the Witch, eh? Right? Lockspring was actually the first bang boot to retain his memory, huh? So the corruption he had on him wasn't normal. Well, it seems like Lockspring was not... No. Lockspring is the AI that's relatable to Fairy. He just took over the Bangbu, is my understanding. No, wasn't the name of the Bangbu Lockspring? And he had a different name? Am I remembering things wrong? Probably. There's a high chance. Because there's no way he was a Bangbu, right? If he's supposed to be relatable to Fairy, right? Because the Bangbu basically, remember it got left in the floor after the battle with that boss. I forgot the boss with Xiaoguang and Xiaoguang's story. And then after that, the Locks, I don't know what the name that Lockspring was after. Oh, I didn't finish the dates also. This run is over, but he had a different name, no, when it became the Angels of Delusion story because of the Vesper or Vespa, whatever her name is. I'm not remembering names right now. Right? It's a whole different thing. I don't think he was a Bangbu. But now that I'm finished with the story, all I can say is they got me. I honestly didn't expect myself to be so engrossed with this storyline. The storyline has been good. Starting well, I should say. I know that there were a lot of things that season 2 was criticized for, but this one, introduction to Ross Califer, managed to surpass all of those criticisms. The story was coherent, the character development was there, the lore dump is absolutely insane, and they even managed to upgrade the twins' role into something more akin to Rover. There were definitely more cinematics put into this chapter. Oh yeah, even like the whole just the gameplay with Pyroise when you're running on the rails and all that. That was pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Of the characters that appeared, I think I'm definitely pulling the Umamusume, the 3 Sunbringers, and Remiel. Yeah, Remiel was not even... I didn't have to think about it. That was gonna happen regardless. That was definitely gonna happen regardless. The Sunbringers, yeah. If I were... Sigrid is probably gonna be the one that might be the odd one out from those first ones mentioned, but since Remiel is gonna be the next banner, I think I'm just gonna skip on Norma because I saw that you mentioned Norma because you said you're not entirely sure. I do like her more now also, as in I'm reading your comment, but I'm saying also because of me. But her gameplay is kind of okay. It just depends on what character she is paired with. Skipping that dude for sure though, yes. I think I'm pretty set on skipping on Norma, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'll see what she does, but I think if I were to say I'm gonna skip, I would probably skip. It's like a 90% chance of anything. 80 if I really want to think about it, that I'll skip. So 20% chance it will happen, but I think I'll prioritize Remio. Overall, I would rate this an 8.5 out of 10. I know that this isn't the climax of the 3.0 lore as it is the introduction. Yes, it is. But think about all the lore that still needs to be revealed. But I think they did it justice. When you compare this to the first arc of 2.0, it's hard to say that there wasn't obvious signs of improvement here. I mean, I did like how the introduction to the Yunkoi Summit, when they were like defending the whole city or the Phylum Heights. Basically, I thought that was pretty cool and pretty cinematic in a way. But in comparison to what they did here in Roscalifer, it's kind of like with to me, in my opinion, Roy was good, but it was more story filled. But Renacita was more like had all action, more actiony, cinematic. Story was still good, but I feel like the story content of Roy felt more to me. It hit me more. But next comment from Nova, because I also need to go over Tanoki's comment. Let me get it here. Listen up. Listen up, Noki. I'm just going to say this once. Having to pass itself is an advantage, yes, but it really depends on how much the person uses that advantage efficiently. I certainly don't use that advantage efficiently, and I'm fine with that. I did say that. You didn't care, so... there you go. My goal here is to get my Umas ready for CM League of Heroes faster. Do they have to be optimal? No. But they have better have S aptitude. At least you can talk about your numbers and optimization, but it just bounces right off with me. Like I said, we have talked about your disdain for spenders before, but I think this goes deeper than that. It's your worldview about gachas in particular that I can't really fathom. That's all I have to say, really. I just think it's just a different way of looking into gachas or whatever games, maybe. I don't know. But I will, like I said, I'm going to be more clear and specific on my end about the whole thing, why I got heated up and all that. Because I'm not going to shy away from it. I'll explain myself just to clear the misunderstanding, because obviously reading through the comments, things can get very misunderstood. I'm very aware of that. So that's why I don't mind clearing myself up, if anything, to at least make things, clear the air, But Tanoki says, is this misunderstanding why you always seem to think this is way more serious than it is? That's usually how misunderstandings are, right? I mean, I've made this very clear earlier on. I didn't think I had to repeat it. So I do say to make things clear when you're talking about things, to make things not misunderstood. Yes, I understand the whole trolling aspect. Maybe it is there because the sarcastic comments and all that. But for me, especially just trying to go through the comments, I'm just going to go through it. And if I see it, I'm going to react to it. That's how pretty much it is. Like I said, heat of the moment. But continuing on, it says, I play most strategy games at highest difficulty. Couldn't care less if other people want to play on easy. The same way. I'm the same way. I personally, with the games I play, like I said, with Silent Hill, Resident Evil, I personally love playing it, repeating the game multiple times, even on the hardest difficulty, even to clear the challenges and all that. So I'm not shying away from that either. I don't judge people if they don't do it or not. Heck, I even admitted in WoWo that I'm basically cheeks when it comes to clearing the tacit holograms. So it's not that I don't own up to me being bad. Same with dumping money on a gacha, I won't, and I might toss a jab in jest at most at people who do. It's nothing serious at the end of the day. For me, like I said, I guess I should start clearing up a little bit here. First things first, for me, in general, like I said, most people, when it comes to this, wouldn't know necessarily, even just Uma in general, just in general, no one would normally just talk about the comparisons and efficiency. with the pass or whatever, with or without the pass. That's why I said for me, if I not I'm getting more clear now. For me, if I had to go down to the point where I'm going down to the numbers of pretty derby at this point, because now there's an assumption that I don't like numbers, and that's where I'm gonna go explain when I respond to your comments. So with that being said, back to the whole pass thing. The reason why I got heated wasn't because of you mentioning numbers. It got the reason why it got added onto it is because of your sarcastic comment when you were talking about how, oh, I got too much stone or too much wood, whatever it is, or not enough of the other. Let's switch roles. That wasn't it obvious that's where things got heated? Because for me, my personal experience, close friends that I'm still very close with to this day, and mutual friends, they have either said something like that or quit because of reasons like that. So that's why I didn't take that sarcastic comment the right way or appropriately, because it kind of just be like, oh, so we're gonna get sarcastic about this, even though for me personally it has happened. So yeah, that's the reason why things got heated and why it got added onto the whole numbers thing, and why I went to the whole numbers thing, and how for me, yeah, numbers are numbers. Doesn't mean I don't hate numbers, because I'll explain that on your comments. Because like I said, I feel like there's an assumption of me not liking numbers, which is absolutely false, because for the longest I have been keeping up with said percentages and all that for other things that I certainly, to me, I care about more than pass efficiencies when it comes to Pretty Derby Battle Pass. Let me get that clear. So, to finish off Tanoki's response, it says, I'm also the type that would say if I were king, I'd execute who people, insert slight difference in food preferences from me. I'm going to say here, Tanoki, whether you're doing it for your own personal enjoyment, a lot of people most likely won't take that comment the right way. At least I think so, because if I didn't know any better, because it's coming from you, and I'm here trying to clear things up, not kind of just reacting in the moment, like I said. Well, if people were just reading that off the rip, people would be like, whoa, relax, they might take it the wrong way. I don't know if you do it for your own personal enjoyment, but a lot of people probably wouldn't take that the right way, which is why it leads to misunderstandings and all. I don't know if that's been clear with how things were in the past, but it seems like it hasn't clicked that this is a repeating thing. just to get it out there. But anyways, thank you, Noah, for the comments, and Tanoki for replying. Now let's go over Tanoki's comments, all three of them, and I'll go respond to them as a whole. But let's go see what we got first, and then we'll finish off the comments, and then we'll end the video. But this run obviously is not going to be good. One, didn't finish the dates. Two, I mean, stats are not good either, so I didn't even try to refresh or whatever. But UA 120, 94 speed, 1460 stamina, 1540 power, 1120 guts, and that's funny because this is probably the closest recently that we've gone into 1200 in guts, but our stats are actually not too far off from like the minimum I would go for, like somewhere in the 2100s for speed, somewhere in 1600s for both wise and power. Guts was almost a 12, but it would just be stamina that's lacking, because obviously I was trying to push that as 1600 as well, if anything. if I can, because it's definitely possible I've gotten close to it or done it with the UA9, if anything. So, but that is my second best. So I haven't really been having any good runs, just decent runs, okay runs with Red Desires so far. But I'm gonna keep that here. I'm gonna go over Tanoki's comments and then respond it as a whole to clear everything up, explain my side of things, explain this this notion that I don't like numbers, which is weird. I just don't like the numbers he said because it doesn't matter in my eyes. And yeah, but first comment says Shoo fired up about a new word. First it was casual. At that time, yeah, not anymore. I've opened up and admitted that I'm pretty much casual at this point. Then mandatory. I don't remember that one, so that doesn't really seem too important to me. And now numbers. Like I said, the reason why the numbers thing got more, I guess, elevated was because of your sarcastic comment. Let me get that clear. Like I said, I'm gonna be banned from comments soon for trolling. I'm not gonna ban you. If YouTube does it, that's all on you. I mean, I'm still liking and hearting the comments, so I don't think YouTube will do that if I'm still liking and hearting it. And obviously, talking about it, we still clear things up, so it's not like it's real beef or anything. It's just misunderstandings and differences in opinions and all that, which always leads to stuff like this. Am I right? But speaking of numbers and your thoughts on data analytics on the NBA, I actually play quite a lot of Football Manager. The fun part isn't running the numbers and deciding who is objectively the best or whatever. It's deliberately flouting the standard understanding of data and begin turning really strange players into unconventional niche assets that no one else can utilize. In a game setting, it's more about being able to feel a player's hidden attributes or being able to identify really strange edge cases, like a player's shooting being really low despite his long shots, weighted quite low within shooting, being 20, but in real life it's more about being informed about data but aware of X factors that cannot be captured with data. Failure to do either will lead to getting curb stomped by world-class coaches. Well, the difference between what you're talking about here when it comes to where the game, I guess, Football Manager, I'm assuming, I've seen it as a video game, right? I'm talking I'm gonna just be picky here, if anything, just to be more specific. I'm gonna compare this to more real life thing because obviously you're talking about a game. In that sense, I'm gonna go relate this to me going over fantasy sports that I've been doing since high school, which was 15 years ago was when I last graduated. Or was when I graduated high school. So I've been doing fantasy sports for a long time for two different sports, the NFL and the NBA, which involves me knowing a lot of numbers because the reason why I'm into this is because I've played both sports along with volleyball, and then obviously carried on to me just being a natural a fan of the sport. So obviously doing fantasy sports, I'm gonna have to know shooting percentages, player tendencies, and all that stuff that are not on the paper, but player behaviors and all that, what they're capable of, aka X factors in certain situations of games that can happen. So I'm not shy. Oh, I'm not afraid of numbers or anything because I actually do care about numbers if it matters to me. I'm not gonna, like I said, I don't care about what the numbers you mentioned. But what triggered me to go all through all that was because of your sarcastic comment, which, if it wasn't obvious, that's where the switch flipped, literally. It wasn't because of the numbers, but it got elevated, and part of it because of your sarcastic comment. Because honestly, because you went from the battle pass efficiency stuff, and then in response to me saying that for me it wouldn't be fun, to be more clear, you brought up your example, which I've seen a couple times in the past, so that's why I didn't take it well. That's why things got heated, and I brought everything into one thing. Like I said, heat of the moment. But yeah, so I'm aware of numbers and all that when it comes to keeping up with players, shooting percentages, tendencies, rebounds, and all that. Plus, going with fantasy teams, you also have to be on the go when you're drafting players for your team. You have to be considerate of which direction you want to build your team. Do you want to focus more on the harder stats, steals, assists, like more of the other stats rather than points and rebounds, which are the easier ones for just talking about NBA in general? Because you got to be thinking about stats here. So you want to win specific stats because there's 9 category and all that. I don't want to go into the nitty gritty of that, but there's a lot of stats involved. So I'm not, I don't hate numbers, Tanoki. I don't like the numbers you presented. That's the reason. And the reason why I went with the whole analytic example of the NBA with the team is because, let me give you a little bit more context about that, is because the player I was talking about that he was defending, James Harden, and all the teams he's played for, he's been a superstar in the league for pretty much majority of his career. And for the life of him, when it comes to the playoffs, he tends to disappear and not do well. So when I said that the coach said that this happened to be more, give you more context, this happened when they were down 0-3 in a best of 7. So they were literally 1 game away from elimination. And he basically said, analytically, we won 2 out of the 3 games, even though they were already losing 3 games. And he was basing that off expected score metrics of shooting percentages and all that. So even though, let me give you better context. In game 1, they were winning by over 20 plus points, but they lost still. Because the game 1 plan that the coach of the other team, who were eventual champions, the New York Knicks of this year, said in game 1 that their game plan was to keep targeting James Harden because it was just working. That was the game plan. Because AKA his defense was cheeks. It was not good at all. I understand that the other coach going all analytical and all that, saying, oh yeah, he's been one of our best perimeter defenders and all that. But he said that in game 1, the other coach, and then the analytic coach was saying that after game 3, before game 4. So there's already history of how said player is and all that. So that's why, and the funniest thing is both these coaches were both assistant coaches with the team that I support. So it's kind of weird seeing one point of view and the other, and who came out on top was obviously the eventual champion. So yeah, that's the reason why I brought that up. But yeah, like I said, I don't hate numbers. I've been looking at numbers a lot, and this past season, I did win my league this time. And I usually do 3 leagues for each sport, NBA and NFL. That's a lot of players to keep up with and all that. But since I'm a fan of the sports, it's easy for me to keep up with them. As long as they've been in the league for at least 2 years, I'll most likely know their name and their tendencies. So I don't know where I hope that clears up the whole notion that I don't care about numbers or hate numbers, because to me that's ridiculous to assume that without even knowing if I really do hate numbers or not. So to be clear, it was just the numbers that you brought up, especially knowing that you don't buy the passes. So that also added to my response, because it's like, why does this even matter at this point if you're gonna mention this when you don't even have the pass yourself, and knowing that Nova doesn't even care about it either, even though he buys it. So that also kind of added to it because it was like, what's the whole point? What was the whole point? And then, like I said, for like the third, fourth time already, you added what added to it, added fuel to the fire, basically, was your sarcastic comment. That was literally the trigger to flip the switch to me reacting at the moment. So I don't hate numbers, my friend. Let me get that clear. Let me get that clear. And then the last one says, please stop with the numbers. I didn't say that. I say if it's gonna be numbers that you're gonna mention that I know that don't matter, yes, stop those numbers. Give me numbers that I'll care about in the game. Not numbers that doesn't do anything to me. Or not even to me, like numbers that will actually be helpful for in general in the game. Even if it's something little, I don't need to know about no efficiency differences with the pass or not. That's just the whole point of it. So, yeah. Raises both hands in the air and shakes them up and down slightly. I'll do it. Shoot during the 6-7. It is what it is. I just hope this cleared it up because, yeah, it doesn't make sense for me to not hate numbers. Otherwise, I would hate doing a lot of things. I would hate doing a lot of things if I hated numbers. Let alone keeping up with fantasy sports and all these players and their stats, real life stats and all that. And I do play sports games also, so it's not like... Yeah, I don't get it. Excuse me, but I hope that cleared everything up. Because, and at the end of the day, to me, this is all just ridiculous. To me, just it got heated up because of the sarcastic comment. I could have cared less about the numbers. This whole thing to me was just basically pointless. If I'm gonna be honest. Which is why, at the end of the day, you can see how I am. I'm just pretty whatever about it at this point. Because it's not the first time this happened. Not the second time it's happened. Heck, not even the third time it's happened, I think. So at this point, if it comes from Tanoki, I'm gonna expect probably how long you've been commenting, like 3 years now? I'm gonna expect like once a year. So I'll probably the next time will either be close to the end of this year or sometime next year. That's just how it's gonna be. This is kind of normal. So it just depends on what that trigger is, I guess. That sarcastic comment was a trigger because it was a poor comparison or a poor way of trying to, I don't know, it felt wrong to me because it got to me the wrong way. Just to be real. So with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys didn't make it this far, I do appreciate it because obviously, even with the low amount of comments, it did have big responses. Like I said, it has, it may have a low amount of comments and responses, but the comments were more dense or condensed or whatever. It just had a lot more meat to the bone. In a sense, Nova's comment, that one comment was basically a good bunch of his normally. So I guess you can see it was pretty normal. But like I said, if you guys didn't make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know how your guys' weekend were. If you guys did anything interesting, if you guys want to share, obviously. I don't want to force you guys to tell me anything you don't want. But yeah, if you want to share what happened over your weekend, feel free to do so. Also, all the comments don't have to be Uma related, obviously, because in a sense, if you guys didn't pick up on how the vibe of my videos go, my training videos go pretty much, or just the videos in general, it's kind of more of a pseudo stream way in a way, because I'm just going over comments for the most part, so, and just talking about random stuff. Obviously, my general assumption is, for the most part, the people will come over here has already no knowledge with the game. They just want to see what's going on. That's at least my vibe or my approach. But obviously, there's questions about it. I'll try and answer it at my best of capabilities. But there's also the Discord servers, so you can ask there, where I feel like you'll probably get more of the better answers. But obviously, if you leave a comment down below with your questions, it'll also be an extension to the other people who also comment. So feel free to leave your comments down below about anything. As long as appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. And with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you once again. As always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.